He is a speaker, he's a motivator, an entrepreneur, a mentor, a strategist, and a life coach. That's a man with a lot of hats. He is an expert in overcoming adversity and extracting success from the environment of failure. His high-powered approach allows him to connect with any audience. That means you. So listen to what he has to say today. Born into a working family class in inner city Columbus, Ohio, Mr. Joseph found himself homeless for the majority of his school age years. That's something. To be homeless and going to school at the same time. That's making it happen. With a self-proclaimed doctorate of mediocrity, Joseph masterfully uses his life story to captivate and motivate audience everywhere while spreading the mission of never settle, never fail. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Mr. Joseph Griggs.
Can you be my timekeeper? Just hit start once I get up there. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh. Can you hear me? You good? Okay. Can I get a round of applause for not falling up the steps? I've been sitting there this whole time thinking I was gonna fall up the steps. I ain't lying. But as he said, I was born in Columbus, Ohio. Most of my school age years were spent homeless. I played football. Pretty decent football player. I know everybody tell you that they great, they get in front of you, they was awesome. I was decent. I was good enough to get recruited by Boston College and a few other D1 universities. But the truth of the matter is, what's not in my bio is that I graduated without being able to write a complete sentence. I graduated with no real direction, even with the scholarships. I remember having the scholarships pulled one by one when they started looking at my record. I had a juvenile record, right? I had a dream, but as I listened to every single person that came up here, the one thing that everybody had in common is that they talked about family. They talked about the sense of family that Trio gives them, the sense of having a community or somebody around them. And I had my father, I had my mother. And unfortunately, I came up in a very dysfunctional situation that left me out there on my own. So one by one, each scholarship got pulled. And each of the recruiters said the exact same thing. We don't think he's smart enough to do college work. So I graduated with about a 1.6 GPA. Would still put me in the upper half of my class. So that should probably tell you something about the class I came out in. All right, that's a little bit about me. We're gonna get into me a little bit more as we go. By a show of hands, matter of fact, I'm gonna do you one better. Can everybody stand up for me? I like to get loose. I don't like to be stuck behind the podium. I like to get a little loose. All right, how many people, by a show of hands, have a dream or something that they want to achieve? Raise them high, get them up, get them up, get them up, get them up. All right, so that's the one thing that we all have in common. I imagine the people that didn't raise their hands, I don't know why you would be in upward bound. But that's the one thing that we all have in common. So I want you to take that dream and I want you to capture it in your mind. Once you have it in your mind, close your eyes and picture that dream. Once you have it, I want you to raise your hand as high as you can. All right, on the count of three, while picturing that dream in your mind, don't open your eyes. I want you to say yes to your dream. 1, 2, 3. Yes. I ain't like that. 1, 2, 3. Yes. That was better. That was better. My right side got my left side beat. The right side doing it right now. I'm gonna give y'all one last chance. 1, 2, 3. Yes. I like that. Now you can sit down. All right, so each and every one of us have a dream. I have a dream, you have a dream. Everybody here has a dream, something that they want to achieve in life, right? That's super duper important. Now, the key to unlocking your dream, I'm going to give you that today. There's 3 keys, right? I'm going to give them all to you today. I go by, the title of motivational speaker. I really don't like that title so much as empowerment coach, because I want you to leave here different than what you came in. And not just sit here like, oh, he got to talk for like 45 minutes. And then it was the driest thing I've ever been a part of. No. When you leave here, I want you to have something that you can grab and retain, that when you walk out of here, no matter where you're going back to, that you know there's somebody that came through an environment that was either equally the same as yours, and I stand here today, but I'm going to give you all the tools and the tricks of the trade so you don't walk the same way I walk, and you don't take the same stumbling blocks that I took, but you have massive success after that. That sound like a deal? Yes. That sound like a deal? Yes. All right. So, the key to unlocking your dream, the big key to unlocking your dream is your greatness. Your greatness. You have got to come in contact with your absolute greatness. That's the one thing that me, that you, that your parents, your aunties, your uncles all have in common. The sad fact of it is, though, if you walk around the neighborhoods that most of us come from, most people never tap into that. Most people never tap into that unique greatness. There's only so many jobs, there's only so many businesses that can be created until you start repeating. Right? As an entrepreneur, I started my first business was a personal training company. And this is where this revelation came to me as. There's only so many exercises that exist. You can create stuff and you can probably hurt people, but the truth of the matter is that there's only a certain amount of exercises that actually exist without being redundant. So what stops a person from going to somebody else? Why? There's a million personal trainers out there. What stops somebody from going to them and coming to me? It's my own independent uniqueness that makes that. It's my greatness at what it is that I do that makes it possible for somebody to go, I need him. So when I became a speaker, I think every year they say 9 out of 10 speakers fail. 9 out of 10. Don't worry, there's no shortage on people that like to hold this microphone. You got people that'll come up here and lie to you, people that'll sit up there and fabricate things to you. You got somebody else that'll come around and try to make you feel good, and then somebody else that try to make you feel less than, and then you try to give them some more money so you can be a better person. Right? And all of them have one thing in common. They the 9. I'm the 1. They the 9. I'm the 1. See, that's a mentality that you got to have. They the 9. I'm the 1. That's that. It's that simple. It's not complicated. So, with that understanding, there's 3 things I'm going to give you today. I'm not going to make it too complicated. First principle. Repeat after me. I am. Second principle. I will. Third principle. I win. Yeah, let's try it one more time. I am. I will. I win. These 3 principles took me from facing 135 years in prison to standing here today. I don't think you really got it. These principles took me from a 135-year prison sentence to standing in front of you for 45 minutes today, having created multiple businesses, having worked for a corporate company and created the only $1 million store in that corporation in Jacksonville. It's real funny Because when people hear the word convict, they hear felon, they hear convicted felon, they immediately say they don't, and I've had them say it to me, they're not worth a job, they're not worth this, they're not worth that because of where you've come from. Oscar Wilde said in the quote, no matter how rich a man gets, he can't buy back his past. I can't buy my past back. And no matter how many people told me, when you get up there, you better not say nothing about your truth. Then what am I up here for? Because if I don't share my truth with you, then you go back home thinking there was just some guy up here that had all the advantages in life, and you just happen to not be able to do it because you come from Hard Times USA. No, sir, no, ma'am. All I know is those three principles. I am, I will, so I win. In 1964, February 1964, a young man in Louisville, Kentucky by the name of Cassius Clay was about to face, the man that he called a big ugly bear. The heavyweight champ of the world, Sonny Liston. And Sonny Liston was special, if I could put it any one way. Sonny Liston was humongous. He was putting people down. Needless to say, if anybody knows who Cassius Clay is, anybody here know who Cassius Clay is? One more time. Muhammad Ali. All right. He set to face Sonny Liston. He's on TV. And some of it was fight hype, he later said. But he did something on TV that stuck with this man till this day. When I say Muhammad Ali, what's the first thing you think? When I say Muhammad Ali, what's the first thing you think? The greatest. That man sat in a press conference and he told you, he said, I am the greatest. I'm going to shock the world. I'm the greatest. Now, notice the power behind that. I am the greatest. I told you, they the nine. I'm the one. I am the one. What you put on the back of I am, it doesn't matter what it is. I am defines you. That when I say, who are you? When I say, who are you? That's what I am follows. If you notice every rap song you listen to, I am this, I am that, I have this, I do that. If you ever notice, you repeat that over and over again. Whether it's I am a savage, I am a thug, I am a gangster, I am. So what does it mean? Why does it matter? Anything that you think you are, anything that you put on the back of that I am, you'll live out. I'm living proof of it, ladies and gentlemen. Once I graduated high school, I went through community college. I got from community college and got to Urbana University on the dean's list. Proving positive that I could actually learn to write a complete sentence if somebody actually invested the time. Right? Went from Urbana University playing football to actually going to the Ohio State University. I had made it. The big time. Right? I get to Ohio State, I find out my athletic clock had already started and I was 12 credits behind. So I couldn't play at the biggest university in the land. I know I'm in Florida, but it's Ohio State over here. Sorry, guys. But so naturally, as a kid, I'm only 18, 19 years old at this point. When you don't get what you want, all of a sudden what happens? Huh? Man, did I pout. I would have been throwing a temper tantrum and everything else. I went from going to class, being at class 5 minutes early every day, to, and running past the stadium from one class to the other, trying to get my little sprints in, So all of a sudden, I'm parking my car at the meter. I'm like, well, they got an hour of my time. I don't feel like doing this today. And now instead of going to class, because I can't play football, now mind you, school still paid for it. Because I can't play football, my temper tantrum was I'm not going to class. I ain't doing that. I'm going to the league. Somebody gonna take me to the league. You see the irrational thinking that you had? I had a dream. I just didn't have any respect for the actual process. Not only that, but that during this period of time that we're talking about, I never said I am a professional football player. Because the whole time that I was playing football, I was actually going back to the neighborhood, doing my 1-2 thing. I kept a gun on me at all times. Notice my I am does not line up with my life. I want to play football, but I can't seem to get this foot out the street. You see what I'm saying? So you go from that, ended up transferring to Ohio Dominican University, played my last season there, got invited to the NFL Combine. Yep, did okay. I did all right. I signed my football contract with the AFL in Albany, New York, October of 2005. My contract was supposed to take effect March 13th, 2006. I was arrested for home invasion February 21st, 2006. Anybody, how many days are in February? 28. It wasn't a leap year, so good job, right? February 21st, 2006, I was in handcuffs. With less than 3 weeks until I was supposed to make my professional debut and make money for what it is that I enjoyed doing. My I am finally caught up to me. I walked it. I talked it. I used to tell my mother I didn't care whether I died tonight as long as I made $1 million. And it made it back to my daughter and to her. I didn't have any real value in my life. You understand what I'm saying? When you go from being homeless, there's a person out, there's a thinking that comes with that. There's a character that comes with that. When you've lost everything, you become used to not having, right? Every one of you come from a different environment. I don't know what you go home to, but somebody in here goes home every night and they think about what they don't have. And I'm gonna try to help you switch that mentality a little bit, because for me, I spent my whole life, man, I got these shoes, but I really want them shoes. Man, I got this, but I really want that. So once that started being continuous, it didn't matter how good I had it, because I completely missed the idea that I was going to multiple colleges that everybody was willing to pay for. I missed the fact that I was actually on the dean's list. I was actually engaged in a process that would have made me successful. But I was too busy looking like, my car don't make the new car door noise when I shut it. My shoes, now I got dirt on them yesterday, I need new shoes. Man, dude gets his t-shirts dry cleaned. I need to get my t-shirts dry cleaned, right? That starts to make it okay for me having that gun in my book bag. And it got really okay when somebody came to me and said, hey, we're gonna start robbing drug dealers. And I'm like, who they gonna call? They gonna call the police? Let's go, right? The answer to the question is, they can call the police. Trust me, they can call the police. This man stole all of my drugs. And the police like, don't worry about it. Tell us who did it. He's dangerous. You go back to doing what you're doing. My I am didn't line up. Imagine sitting there and explaining to a sheriff deputy, hey man, can't go to jail right now. Contract starts in about 3 weeks. They're like, yeah, get in the holding cell, right? So here's the thing, here's the revelation, here's the moment. I'm sitting in interrogation, well, I'm waiting to go into interrogation. And I could hear the detective go get the guy that got arrested with me. Show of hands, anybody watch First 48? Okay, so you know where I'm going, right? So I hear him go get my man. And he like, please just let me go home, please. I did all that. I'm in the room like, oh boy. Oh no. This is not going the way I thought it would go. So when he's begging, he's saying, you know, DT, I ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I just happened to be in the car. You know, there was a trunk full of this, that, whip, wop, $20,000, whip, yip, yop. All that good stuff. He don't know nothing, right? I was on my way to the store. He picked me up. It just so happened that all of it was in the car. Well, why'd you have a gun on you? Well, I had just bought that at the store. No, he like, I don't have nothing to do with nothing, all that good stuff. Please just let me go home. It's these words. I'm not telling you this to shame him, right? It's these words that stuck with me that gave me this first principle. He said, you may not have done anything, but your friend is a criminal. That guy does not know, to my knowledge, that I heard him say that. And I immediately got offended. But at the end of your offense, there's actually sense. Because with him saying that, it forced me to look at myself and say, well, who are you? Remember what I told you the proper response to who are you is? What's the two words? So I had to look at it, and when I evaluated the situation, no matter how much I tried to make myself seem like a really great person, I take my mama to work every day, I pick my daughter up, I spend time with my kid, take care of my baby, right? You know, I volunteer at my old high school, I work out, you know. Sometimes I even pray. None of that added up to the amount of time that I spent studying people's houses, watching their movements, learning who their people are, getting organized with other guys, creating this, doing that, blah, 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 right? So at the end of the day, I had to be honest enough to say, he's right, but I don't accept that. I'm not a criminal. A criminal makes a career out of this thing. And I'm guilty right now. Right here in this moment, I'm guilty. But I promise you, you won't get me twice. It won't happen twice. So from that moment, my I am had to change. So I went from I am a criminal to understanding that I was going to have to go to prison. I was going to have to go to prison. Contract forfeited. All my girlfriends is gone. Being honest. Ain't got too many homeboys now. Ain't got too many of them. Got a couple that's a co-defendant. And 135 years coming at me. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I was ignorant to the law. When they sent that indictment, I'm like, okay, felony 1, I got 5 of them, I got about 2 F2s and a couple F3s. I'm like, I'm winning, 1, 2, 3, that's really low on the number line. Like, that's small stuff. Boy, when they told me how much each one of them was worth, if I could have took a knee, I would have. On the inside, I definitely took a knee. We was going out to the 20-yard line. Right? So here I am facing 5 times the amount of time in prison that I've ever been on the earth at the time I was 23. And the only person left in the visiting room is my mama. Nobody I gave money to, nobody I came up with, nobody said that, you know, you're a solid dude. All them people that was like, yeah, go do that. All of a sudden, they was like, man, you shouldn't have did that. It was a bad idea, right? So my I ams had to change. But in the environment that you're in, everybody's telling you, from the COs down to the inmates, you're a criminal. You got to live how criminals live. You're a convict. In order for you to survive here, you got to live a certain kind of way. I've been an animal the majority of my life. I lived like an absolute animal. Had little conscience for anyone or anything. I didn't care enough about me to care about you. Right? So in that moment, two things happened. God and a paid attorney. Those two things happened. Because I remember sitting in the isolation cell after getting moved into the county. And I remember looking around the room, trying to find somewhere where I could hang myself from. I didn't see no other way out. And the weird part is, that was probably the first time I actually prayed. I say that because I can't give nobody else the credit for that. Because that prayer started the new I am. It didn't matter whether they was going to send me to prison for the rest of my life. What mattered to me was that even though I got to be here, I don't have to live that way. I don't have to scheme, I don't have to plot, I don't have to hurt, I don't have to do that. Because I am changed. I am a criminal turned to I am worthy. I am valuable. I am free. I'm powerful. I'm strong. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you about me, but I'm hoping what I'm saying is registering to you. Because everything that you've ever said about yourself, I'm stupid, I'm broke, I'm this, I'm that got to change. Because a broke person will do anything for $1. But I like what my girl said earlier. She said, why work for cents when you can be worth millions, or something to that effect. Your dream is the key to your life's success. I'm not promising you $1 million. I'm also not telling you it's not on the table. What I am promising you, though, is that regardless of how much money you make in life, if you tap into your independent greatness, if you tap into the I am, there was a billboard on the I-10 on my way here that said, the higher the aspirations, the deeper the roots. The higher the aspirations, the deeper the roots. What does that mean? That means it has to start from the inside out. I am is literally the foundation of everything that you're going to be going forward. That's the seed. That's the actual root. That's what's going to take root down in the dirt of you. The reason why, I'm going to circle all the way back because y'all thought I forgot about Muhammad Ali, right? The reason why Muhammad Ali said I was the greatest, and it resonates till today, is because he never said I was the greatest boxer. He never said I was the greatest Muslim. He never said I was the greatest puncher. He never said that. He said, I am the greatest, period. And what made that man the greatest is that every time his principles, every time his I am was tested, he stood up. When they came to him for Vietnam, he didn't want to go to the war. He stood up for his religious beliefs. He didn't go. He lost tons of fans behind that. He lost his championship behind that. You understand? I am the greatest doesn't sit for somebody at Fort, what his career record was 56-5. He lost 5 times. Floyd Mayweather is what? 49-0? And not even he can take the caption of I'm the greatest. He can say I'm the best ever. That's fine. But I am the greatest is reserved for a man that stands for something. It's reserved for a man that stood even when everybody else said, go ahead, sit down. You can make more money if you just go ahead and do this. And he said, no, I am the greatest. I'm going to be the greatest man. I'm going to be the greatest boxer. I'm going to let you encompass everything because you're not going to see me twice. You understand what I'm saying? Each one of you individually, they won't see you twice. There's only one you. That's it. The world gets you one time. That's a special occasion. You wake up every day, it should be a holiday. Hey, listen. Me, I'm here. They only get you once. They can't duplicate you. So now, that's the first step, is understanding that what your principles have to be in order for you to get to where it is your dream is. Whatever your dream is, your principles, your I am has to match that. You can't be a treasurer and be dishonest. I mean, you can. It's frowned upon, though. I mean, you're going to end up in the clink. Right? You can't be a pediatrician and not like kids. Not want to help people. You see what I'm saying? So when everything started out for me, the I am became very simple. I just wanted to help people. I wanted to help double the amount of people that I was able to hurt. Even if I hurt them indirectly, double the amount of people that I hurt. So the next part of it is the actual process. I will. Say I will. I will. All right. I will is the actual process. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where things get real colorful. Because anybody can say that I am great. Anybody else can say that I am this or I am that. And truthfully, what they're actually saying is I want this, I want that. But where the rubber's going to meet the road at is where you actually have to stand up. Where you say, I'm not lying no more, I'm not cheating no more, I'm not doing this no more, I'm not doing that no more. And then the opportunity to actually do it and it benefits you shows up. Then what? You going to compromise then? You going to back down then? Every single one of you here because you want to go to college. And if you don't want to go to college, your parents want you to go to college. Right? You have to make the decision that at the time where everybody else that thinks you do all the extra lame stuff and all the extra things that are like super duper painful that they like, I couldn't do that. Man, you got to go do what during the summer? Y'all got to go to camp. You like 17, you still going to camp? They like, man, I couldn't do that. Your response to that is, I will. Thank you. When they say, man, that just ain't for me. You right. It's for me because I will. You might not, but I will. You may not, but I will. If I can get 10 volunteers, there's one, let's go, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on. You sure you don't need to go to the bathroom first? I saw you. All right. Cool. All right. Y'all gotta give each other a little space. Little space. Little space. All right. Check this out. Y'all gotta stand in a straight line. Yeah, I think. Yep. All right, spread a little bit. There you go. Ladies, if you got on heels, you might want to kick them off. All right. Everybody, grab hands. All right. Now I'm going to point this out just because I see it. If you look, everybody whose hands is turned down like this, you like this, you are a taker. Everybody whose hands is like this, they're givers. They want to give the world something. They're giving. All right, don't try to switch up now. You all right, right? All right, so the name of this game is do what I say, right? All right, so the first round of this game, I'm going to say something. You're going to repeat what I said. Then you have to do what I said do. Wow. Anybody with me? Y'all with me? Yeah. All right. So I'm going to say, it's only going to be 4 commands. It's going to be jump forward, jump back, hop right, hop left. Y'all with me? Come on, man, give them some encouragement. Let's go. All right. All right. So, when I say jump forward, you say jump forward. And then you jump forward. All right. So we on tap. All right. Jump forward. Jump forward. Jump back.
Jump back.
Hop left.
Hop left.
Hop right.
Hop right.
All right. That seems easy enough, right? Now, we're going to get tricky. We're going to get a little tricky. All right? We're going to do the one thing, we're going to do this the way we just did it one more time. Then I'm going to put, a little remix on it. All right? Jump forward.
Jump forward.
Hop left.
Hop left.
Hop right.
Hop right.
Jump forward.
Jump forward.
Jump back.
Jump back.
Jump back.
Jump back.
All right. Now, here's where the remix come into play. This time, I'm going to say something. You're going to say the opposite of what I said. But you do what I say do. Y'all with me? All right. I'm going to say do something. You're going to say the opposite of what I say. So if I say hop forward, you say
Hop back.
all right, but then you do
Jump forward.
all right. So y'all pray for him. This get a little confusing. Hop left.
Hop right.
All right. Hop right.
Hop left.
Jump forward.
Jump back.
Jump back.
Jump forward.
It got better. All right. Thank you, each and every one of you. We got one more round to go. Yes. All right. So far they did what I asked them to do. Second time they said the opposite of what I said and still did what I asked them to do. This time, I'm going to tell you to do something. You say what I say, but then do the opposite of what I just said.
All right.
We got it? All right. Y'all got it? Jump forward.
Jump forward.
Jump back.
Jump back.
You say what I say, but do the opposite. All right? Jump forward.
Jump forward.
Jump back.
Jump back.
Jump back.
Jump back.
Hop right.
Hop right.
Hop left.
Hop left.
Hop left.
Hop left.
Give him a round of applause. All right. That was entertaining. But note, I need you to get this. Note that what I said really didn't matter. What I said did not matter. You understand where I'm going with this? What I said didn't matter. In life, we all come from environments where people tell you that you got to be crazy to think that you're going to go to college. Some of you are going to have to go through community college to get to a 4-year university. And somebody going to tell you, man, what you doing that for? You got to go to community college. They don't even tell nobody no. You're going to get all of that. You're going to get all the negative. You're going to have people treat your degree kind of funny at certain points. Oh, you majoring in communications. What, you going to call me on the phone with your degree? You know what I mean? It's going to be something like that. Listen, it's 2017. I don't believe that we have haters no more. The truth be told, I think we have people that we need to pray for. You understand what I'm saying? I'm so tired of people talking about haters. The thing about what I'm saying to you is that it doesn't matter what a hater says. If you can still hear what a hater says, that means you're listening too hard and you're moving too slow. Speed up. So with that understanding, every time I told them to do something, if they said the opposite, what'd they do? They did what they said. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if I tell you that you're worthless. The confirming witness in that situation is you. So if I tell myself that I'm worthless, doesn't matter if somebody else tells me I'm valuable. Nah. Because at the end of the day, what's on the end of that I am is that's what's boss. Nobody else can say I am and be talking to you. I'm going to say that one more time. Nobody else can say I am and be talking to you. They can say you are. That's different. But what I say, that's what matters. And then, if you notice, the moment that they said something, what followed right behind? Who said that? Can I get that one more time?
The action.
Action.
It's called that one.
Action had to line up with whatever they said. For me, I had to line up with what I said. In the negative, my actions lined up with the negative. Once I got into the actual situation, everybody's telling me that I'm crazy and how you gonna survive in here acting like a monk. How that's gonna work? Somebody gonna hit you, you gonna pray for them? Listen. Y'all pray for me, don't put your hands on me. Right? Don't put your hands on me. Right? But that's part of my walk. The thing about it is this, people are gonna have different things to say to you. And people are going to try to throw you off track. They're going to try to tell you that where you come from does not entitle you to be able to go where it is you're going. You understand what I'm saying? They're going to try, especially the people that love you the most. I want you to pay attention to this. When you start growing and you start changing, the people that love you the most be the first ones to tell you, I know you. I know. You remember when you stole them little Debbie's from the store? You the same guy. Right? Girl, you know you used to borrow. She used to borrow my shoes, y'all. You know what I mean? All that. You're going to get all, they're going to be real familiar with you. And then they're going to proceed from that moment to tell you what you can and can't do. Don't let somebody else's sentence affect your walk. I ended up, instead of doing 135, my first plea bargain was 60 to 70. I stood firm and said, no, I will not accept that. Absolutely, positively not. The judge took a little bit further. This is the part where prayer and the belief and the understanding of actually walking and changing and doing the things that you said you were going to do when you said I am, this is where this starts to take place. Because while I wasn't paying attention and I knew I deserved every year they was going to put on the back end of this sentence, I was walking different anyway. And the whole time I'm walking, ain't nobody paying me no attention, right? Yeah, real funny, because they had people in place that watched my emotions for about 6 to 8 months to figure out who is this guy. Because people are writing letters. I didn't know anybody wrote a letter. Because he has a football contract that we can tangibly see. How did this guy that had all of this going for him, I told you my I am was messed up, I didn't realize it, right? How does this guy end up in here? Again, I'm too busy walking to hear a hater. While that was happening, things started working on my behalf. And the only thing that I did every day was stay out of trouble. I stayed praying. I stayed trying to read, stayed trying to study, stayed trying to improve myself. I worked out. I did this. I signed up for every class that anybody had. I took a real estate class. I still don't know what I learned in there. You understand what I'm saying? I just needed to be busy. I will do what nobody else is willing to do. 3 people going to Bible study, I guarantee you I'm a third of that. 2 people coming to a conference, I guarantee you I'm 1/2 of that. What's the alternative? Sitting around in the neighborhood, kicking in the cell block, listening to the wrong people, tell you the wrong things. Listen to the wrong people tell you how to do the wrong thing the right way. It's funny because I met plenty of bank robbers. I ain't met one that ain't did this. They running out the door and the camera's always right there and they always like, in the camera. Doing 10 years, I'm talking to the guy, he's like, listen, When I get out, I got this situation, I'm about to go wiggle. I'm like, man, you gonna look at the camera again. Stop. Stop. No, don't. Right? You cannot do the wrong thing the right way. The ends never justify the means. If you do the right things the right way, the process will always take care of you. You might not have a dime to your name in school. So what? Rock the same jeans, rock the same shoes, and get the degree. If you ain't going to college, I strongly recommend becoming an entrepreneur. You understand what I'm saying? But even in that, you're going to have to rock the same joints. You know what I mean? Ladies, y'all might have to go a little while without the extra. You know what I mean? Let's take it a step further. I got a 14-year-old daughter. I'm like, listen, your grind gotta be proper. My daughter get money, first thing she wanna do is save it. I get money, the first thing she wanna do is spend it. You understand what I'm saying? So I've mastered this situation. She get money, I got a thing called Bank of Parents. Watch this. I don't care what the money is. Thank you. Dad, I really, really want that. Okay, well you have a running balance of, and all of a sudden she don't want it so bad. Right? You have got to become willing to sacrifice. You have to become willing to go through a little bit of discomfort. The 3 reasons why people fail and the 3 reasons why people don't achieve their dreams is very simple. Fear of success, fear of failure. Number 2, they're comfortable. You get really, really comfortable in the life you live. You got enough money to get by. You're making enough money so you won't quit, and they're paying you enough so you'll stay, right? Number 3, you don't think you're worthy. Every last one of you sacrificed to be here today. You are all worthy of your dream. You are all worthy of connecting to that inner greatness. The thing about it is, how many of you will take the 3 steps? I am. I will. I will means that you got to become uncomfortable. One of the greatest quotes that Muhammad Ali said was that he hated every moment of practice. That was one of them. The second quote was, he didn't actually start counting. When somebody asked him about, what about your workouts? How many sit-ups you do? How many push-ups? I don't know, because I didn't start counting until it started hurting. Each one of you are going to come to a place of pain, and either you're going to back down or you're going to get started at that moment. If you start, then the last principle takes care of itself. What's the last one? I win. Like you mean it. I win. One more time. I win. Let's do the whole thing. I am. I will. I win. One more time with some feeling. I am. I will. I win. Thank you. It's been a pleasure, man. Y'all have a great